Hi guys, welcome to 2022. Dead by Daylight is a hot mess and for more reasons than one, but this video is going to be focusing on the cheater infestation. Now, I'm going to go over a number of aspects of this, so if there's something specific you're interested in, please use the timestamps to jump straight to it. Why Dead by Daylight's anti-cheat is worthless. Let's start with easy anti-cheat. This is the only anti-cheat that BHVR uses, and if you get over the irony of the name, EAC isn't actually the main problem with cheaters infesting DBD, but you still need to understand the purpose of it. EAC is essentially a protective bubble that surrounds the game. It makes it to where if you're using any kind of cheating software, you are immediately kicked off the game as soon as you try to start it. So what hackers do is they create sort of a key that acts as a doorway, allowing them to bypass EAC. Once that's done, they can do literally anything they want inside the game without any repercussions. They can fly a million miles per hour, do gens in 1 second.
It's the mag.
Or be more nefarious and subtly alter the game to shift the wind in their direction. So BHVR is essentially using an umbrella to protect the game from a tsunami. Okay, so how do other multiplayer games do it better? Most importantly, they have some kind of server-side checks. If you don't know what that is, it essentially reviews ongoing information periodically from a live match to test legitimacy. If you are moving at 300% movement speed, it will be detected and you will be removed from the game. Depending on the title, it might take multiple strikes for a permanent ban, or it will be instant depending entirely on the game creator. Because of the finicky nature of DBD's spaghetti coding, I would side on the air of caution here to make sure a user has violated a few times before a full ban, just in case of bugs or something else was at fault. Do my reports do anything at the end of a match? So you just played against a cheater, and let's say, for example, he was a blatant cheater, shooting firecrackers out of his ass and circling the moon. Your endgame report will not affect them in any way. Obviously, the same is true of a subtle hacker. That's because absolutely no information is saved about the match other than the pre-game and post-game chat logs and the straight data of the match the devs use for statistical analysis, which would include things like perks used, killer used, outcome, etc. So your in-game report is completely worthless in the post-game screen outside of someone using abusive language. However, after I released my last video covering the hacking situation where I showed that you can get them banned by following a specific protocol that is honestly kind of a headache, which also requires video evidence and being able to grab their Steam ID, it felt like the quantity of hackers legitimately dropped off. So thank you to everyone who spread the video or at least shared the message. But this method clearly sucks for non-Steam players as they have no way of getting hackers banned, and it also requires you to record all of your matches, which is just ridiculous if you're not a content creator. Unfortunately, there's been two very bad developments on this. The first is that not only did DBD release on the Epic Games Store and even free for a short period of time, it also allows cheaters to remain unaccountable as Steam players now also have no way of reporting them.
Not addressing the cheating issue in their game, and instead offering the game for free on the Epic Store, which enables the possibility for even more cheaters. And I was hearing it when Epic was gonna give away the game on their store. People were like, "Oh no, Epic has a robust anti-cheat system. There's not gonna be any cheats." I've been seeing streamers specifically play on cross off so that they only go against Steam players because they don't want to go against the Epic Game Store people because there's so many Epic Game Store cheaters. Like, I don't know what Omega Mind at BHVR saw the cheating problem that was already really bad and decided, yeah, like, it'll be fine. Like, we don't need to update anti-cheat. Like, our like 3-year-old anti-cheat version that's already been compromised on like the lowest plan. Like, we don't need that. What? No, just give it for free. It's fine. I don't know like who gave the green light for that, but whoever did should be fired. I'm sorry. They should be.
Although I haven't been able to confirm this, it seems it might also be possible for DBD players who have been previously banned on Steam to transfer their progression to the Epic Game Store to actually unban themselves. Furthermore, there's a cheating software now that comes with a convenient hack to make you appear as a crossplay player even if you're not. As much as I'd like to dog on Behavior for releasing DBD on the Epic Game Store amidst a cheater epidemic, it's clear that the issue is much larger at this point. Now let's hypothetically say that server-side checks are implemented. Does everyone live happily ever after? Of course not. The main issue being possibly the worst of the cheaters, the subtle cheaters. These guys rarely get reported, and according to one of the sellers of the hacking software, they never get banned to his knowledge as long as they don't get caught red-handed. Again, server-side checks would clean up some of them, of course, but for those who slip through the cracks, is there another solution? I believe so. Behavior would need to invest in it, but I think the value would be unprecedented. That is a match replay feature, similar to many other games out there that allow you to rewatch the game from the perspective of any player. This way you would be able to easily identify if someone was using subtle hacks or not, and you could even report players for using in-game exploits. That's not even covering all of the extended value that having a match replay feature would add to the game. Alright, I want to take this opportunity to cover a few other issues around this topic. The first is regarding censorship against players trying to raise awareness about cheating in DBD. On the official forums, Steam forums, and even on the DBD Reddit, you can often get banned or have your post removed for bringing it up under the guise that you are indirectly making the problem worse by talking about it, which is bullshit. Ignoring the problem completely is why it gets worse. Full stop. Also, in my last video, I talked about how cheaters are buying new accounts for low prices when they get banned. However, I wasn't sure how these sellers were able to offer the game at such a low price. Luckily, I had one of them reach out to explain it. Basically, Behavior and/or Steam like to put DBD on sale for insanely low prices in certain countries. And when they do that, these sellers buy a huge bulk amount of copies on fresh accounts to resell for later, some of which they mod and unlock everything in the game for more of a premium price, and others they leave untouched for you to use how you please. So again, Behavior is enabling this for profit, which again should be pretty obvious after the free Epic Store release in the middle of a cheater epidemic. The people selling these hacks and using them also seem to be on a pretty savage power trip, unironically holding games hostage for hours because they don't like the way someone played. And they even have a stream sniping list on their Discord for streamers who they feel like targeting. Literally, as I was putting this together, Turjay called out Behavior for doing nothing to fix the hacker problem in DBD, threatening to leave the game altogether like more and more content creators are doing every day.
There's a huge hacker problem and it's getting bad. I've been in the gym. Because I've been in the gym, my mental has been good. I've been in a great mood, so I can tolerate DBD, so I have fun streaming the game and chilling with y'all. But if you've been in the streams, every stream has had hackers. And the more I try to make videos to put light on that so Behavior can do something, the worse the problem gets.
Be sure to check out his full video. I'll put the link in the description below.
Cheating has gotten so bad, and specifically like streamers are being targeted and being forced to either have DC penalties or their game held hostage. And there's really nothing the devs want to do about it. Doesn't seem like they care. Why should they? They're making millions of dollars. DBD is about to become one of the top 10 best-selling games of all time, so why care?
I think it's also fair to say that the majority of fog whisperers are also not doing their part to pressure Behavior into action. They might be afraid of being removed from the program, but they should be more concerned with the fact that the community will remember their inaction. If you follow a fog whisperer, please respectfully as possible ask them to reach out to Behavior. So let's look at the specific hack you can use for stream sniping. So this is what hackers are using to stream snipe. Let's start with Killer ID Tracker. Tracks the killer's Steam ID, Cloud ID, and Steam nickname. Region Changer lets you play on any game region. Grade Changer lets you choose any grade for both sides. Queue Info Tracker gives you info about estimated queue time, how many survivors and killers are in the queue at the moment, and of course, it shows you your MMR, something that normal players in the game have no way of seeing. Queue Auto Filtering. Make sniping other players easier with automated queue system, works with Cloud ID and Steam ID. Another thing to keep in mind is that if someone is using this specific hack, it's not an absolute guarantee that they're a total hacker, but chances are that if they're using a hack to stream snipe, they're also using the other hacks on the website to, do whatever they want to do. As you can see, there's not much of a way around it, but if you think of an idea, please share it privately with content creators. Now let's take a look at all of the hacks. First, you have instant escape, so you can just escape at the end game whenever you want to. Custom text ESP gives you an ESP with some customizable options. An ESP is a wall hack. Aura ESP, like text ESP but more pictorial, which means that it will show up like any aura reading perk in the game and would be much more useful than just having a box or text. Modifiers gives you little advantages like no stagger effect, ability to see your own scratch marks, and ability to self-heal, etc. Auto escape makes you escape the match when you're about to die. Legit mode disables every function except for wall hacks. I love that disabling every function except for wall hacks is called legit mode. Hilarious. Ghost mode gives you the ability to fly through everything. Force self-hook gives you the ability to hook yourself anywhere and anytime. Auto wiggle wiggles automatically for you. Teleport teleports you to various predefined locations like other players, generators, exit gates, and much more. So this is another reason why the replay feature would be very helpful, right? Because if you feel like a team's being super efficient, but you don't actually see them doing anything that's like a blatant hack, with the replay feature, you'd be able to see that the guy's teleporting from gen to gen, etc. Instant actions. This makes you complete various actions instantly, like generators, totems, exit gates, and much more. Stack Manager gives you the ability to choose 4 perks, usable item, killer power, and add-ons which you can stack multiple times. Animations Manager. This allows you to reproduce almost every animation in the game anytime, anywhere. Client-sided. So client-sided, what I believe that means is that you're the only one who will actually be able to see the animation. Correct me if I'm wrong. Aimbot. This lets you aim like a pro. Reveal Killer. This allows you to see the killer through the undetectable status effect. God. Remove effects, removes exhaustion, etc. Skin Unlocker gives you the ability to use any skin ever released for the game, unlocks all DLCs, and lets you combine character personalities with usual skins. So here, at least there's something that's costing Behavior some money. Maybe they'll do something then. Bunny Hop gives you the ability to jump around. Auto Moonwalker helps you execute the perfect moonwalk. Aw. Killer Revealer reveals name, rank, and Steam profile of the killer at the beginning of the match. I'm curious if that means before the match starts or if that means at the beginning of the game when it loads in. Auto Dead Hard, everybody's favorite. Dead Hard automatically when needed. Flashlight Run gives you the ability to run while aiming with a flashlight. Keep an eye out for this one when you're playing, because subtle hackers mess this up a lot and they'll sprint a little bit with their flashlight on. So if you keep a keen eye out, you might notice some hackers that you wouldn't have noticed otherwise. FOV Value Changer. This lets you change your field of view like in any other modern game. I like how they're like throwing shade at DBD for not having an FOV changer. Skill Check Manager gives you the ability to modify various things related to skill checks. Top View Drone Camera gives you a sky view like typical drone footage. Killer Add-ons Revealer checks the killer's add-ons mid-game. And I believe this list is updated every once in a while as they come out with new updates. Now let's take a look at the prices for these hacks. As you can see, they're completely outlandish. Who the hell has the time and money just to troll like this? Think about it. Legit hackers are one thing. They make the programs themselves to use. It takes some level of intelligence and skill. But just being a pathetic script kiddie who buys this with daddy's credit card for a scrap of attention is sad as fuck. If any of you watching are familiar with Script Kid and the fake hack videos he makes, reach out to him and let him know DBD desperately needs his help. Okay, to be fair, I do want to add that I had a reputable source reach out to me saying that they are a former employee at BHVR and that way more is done to stop hackers than the community realizes. He even went as far as to say is that they're actually banned pretty quickly. Yet as much as I want to believe that, it seems clearly not true. There are hacker streams live on Twitch that run for hours with no bans, a consistent increase in the amount of cheaters playing the game, and worst of all, the same hackers I talked with in the previous video are still playing the game. One of them even has a fucking TikTok. Speaking of which, I reached out to all of the hackers that I spoke with after the last video and I never received a reply from any of them. Maybe they were offended by the title of the last video, or maybe you guys supporting the hell out of them actually made a difference. Also, if this were true, wouldn't Behavior be happy to say that they're banning hackers left and right, up and down? To not give the community any information at all makes me think that they have something to hide. So, we're at the end of the road. Would DBD still have any cheaters if all of this was implemented? Yes, of course it does, but it's not a playground for them to destroy the game. The same website that sells DBD hacks is already selling Prop Night hacks, and VHS will surely be here soon as well. Cheaters not only ruin every match they are in, but also cause extended side effects. Players being overly suspicious of who's legit and who's not. Plus, the entire balance of the game gets muddied. We can't have balanced decisions made with data corrupted with cheating. No game gets rid of cheaters, but that's still no excuse for the current state of Dead by Daylight. Let me ask you a question. If your dog shits in your house and you step in it, what would you do? Take a second, think about it, pause the video if you need to, maybe click like and subscribe even. Okay, so whatever you said is the right answer, as long as you didn't say absolutely nothing, because that's exactly what Behavior is doing right now.
That sounded like, oh, it's a fucking hacker. Alright, whatever. I guess, yeah.
So far, 2 matches in a row, 2 hackers in a row. Fucking Pog AF, dude. Camping and tunneling in full display. Yes, I also enjoy playing this game versus hackers. It's fucking just a blast. Let me tell you, dude. Let me fucking tell you. It's an absolute fucking Christmas miracle. You know, what I think in the morning when I wake up, I say, hey guys, what do I want to fucking do? Oh, I want to go against hackers all fucking day long. That's what I do.